Welcome Chief Scientific Advisor Tracy Gibbs.
Wow. How am I supposed to follow that? I do want to start off by personally thanking Dallin Larson, Daniel Piku, and Dan Zhu, and Carrie, for giving me this opportunity to use the talents and gifts that I've been given to bring about these products, to have this opportunity to present to you today. And thank my God for giving me these gifts and talents. I've been in this industry for a long time, not the network marketing industry, the formulating industry, okay? For 23 some odd years now. And there comes a point in your life where maybe you've experienced this before or not, but where all the knowledge and experiences, good and bad, that you've been given kind of come to a culmination, come to a point where you're able to use those skills to accomplish something great, and I think we've done that in these products. And again, I want to thank the owners of Vasayo for allowing me to use my talents, not handcuffing me, not telling me what ingredients we can or can't use, or worrying about price points or things like that, but to be able to really, truly have amazing products that will change your life. So thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Dan, Carrie. Thank you, Dallin Larson. So let's get started. Got some amazing products to introduce to you. Some of you have already experienced it. For those of you who haven't, I can't wait. I can't wait to share this with you. I can't wait for you guys to feel the difference and finally experience this. Let's start with MicroLife V3. V3 was kind of our answer to energy. When I look at energy, when you think about energy, what is it? It means different things for different people. So I tried to think about, okay, what do I want? What do other people need when they're looking at, hey, how can I invigorate my life? I don't like caffeine, you guys. I don't do Red Bulls. I don't do energy drinks. I've never done those things before. I usually, get my energy just from Whole Foods, trying to be fit. I wish I could say I exercise a lot. I don't. I should more. But when I do exercise, man, I get those drop down, crash moments where you just want to go to bed and not do anything. So how do I give an energy boost without the jitters, without that caffeine high and that drop and things like that? So V3, I wanted to focus not just on boosting, energy, so I'd be running around, like a wild man, but I wanted to focus on vibrance, clarity, hydration, because when you're dehydrated, who gets those dehydrated headaches sometimes where you got to drink water because your head's pounding, you feel poor circulation. And then I wanted to focus on mood, just that general feel-good feeling. So I'm going to introduce to you the key ingredients that we chose for this product. First of all, for hydration, my wife and I, we drink coconut water. We love coconut water. Yeah, it's more expensive and things like that, but you feel great. In fact, it's the closest thing to human plasma out there. When I was doing some survival training, I found out that the Australian Special Forces actually can use coconut water as an IV if they're out in the jungles. And they learned this in World War II, by the way, as they were fighting in Guinea and those Pacific Islands. They would actually take, if they didn't have IVs available, they'd plug the tube right into the coconut and put it intravenously for the soldiers that were wounded, because it's that close to human plasma that you can actually use it in an IV. It's full of electrolytes and full of nutrients that replenish and restore and help your body hydrate itself. Then I want to look at green tea extract. Not only do you have a great antioxidant in green tea, but you've got caffeine, a natural form of caffeine that enters the body a little bit slower because it's all wrapped up in those green tea leaves. It's not, just some straight white powder that shoots right into your bloodstream. The green tea we use is about 50% caffeine alkaloids. So it's pretty high up there in the green with our green tea. But it also contains the ECGCs, those antioxidants that, again, protect your body from free radical damage. Combine that with theobromine. How many people have heard of theobromine before? I know some of you have, but you all know dark chocolate, right? Who hasn't heard of dark chocolate? Dark chocolate has been known as like a mood enhancer. It's been known as an aphrodisiac. It was used by the Aztecs for endurance and everything. Well, the active phytochemical in that dark chocolate is theobromine. So you've got a substance that's a cousin to caffeine, which is what theobromine is. But again, it doesn't enter the bloodstream rapidly. It enters the bloodstream slowly, and it actually gives you more sustainable energy, about a 5 to 6 hour boost of energy. They call that an AVD ratio. How long does this chemical stay in your bloodstream for before the liver processes it out? Well, theobromine's about 5 to 6 hours. So you get a nice, good, mood-enhancing, again, some people have even used dark chocolate as an aphrodisiac, but whatever. It's a mood enhancer that makes you feel good, stays in your bloodstream for 5 or 6 hours before your body processes it out, along with the boost that green tea gives you, along with the hydration from coconut juice. And then we have an adaptogenic herbal blend. And this is, it's not written here, but I'm going to tell you some of those herbs. We use, first of all, Panax ginseng, which is the red ginseng from Korea. Contains 5% ginsenosides, which is really high, by the way. Our source of ginseng is a great source. Ginseng has traditionally been used by both men and women, again, as a mood enhancer, something to give them more vitality, more virility. It's also been known as an aphrodisiac and things like that, but again, I think a lot of that, cultural, historical uses, sometimes it's overrated, so I wouldn't use it for, an aphrodisiac, but it's not supposed to create that, but what ginsenosides do is they actually enhance your mood, give you a general feeling of well-being. And then the second adaptogenic herb we used in here is maca. Has anybody ever tried maca before? A lot of hands. It's a popular herb nowadays. In fact, if you Google maca, you're going to find uses for everything from lupus, multiple sclerosis. A lot of people are using maca just to feel good and for energy, but it's also a hormone stabilizer. Whether you're high or low in testosterone or high or low in estrogen, there's clinical studies on maca that says it balances those hormones. And of course, when our hormones are balanced, we all feel good, right? Yep. Everybody's experienced like those bad hormonal days, I think. So those adaptogenic herbal blends in there, again, are in there to help enhance your mood. So we've got a great combination of ingredients in here for a long, sustainable boost of energy, 5 or 6 hours. So again, using the product once or twice a day. I think once a day for people like me is fine, but man, if you've got a super stressful job, if you're working out, there could be other reasons why you might need it twice a day. Go ahead and use it twice a day. The ingredients are perfectly safe. Let's move on to the next. Oh, so sorry, we got one last here. Natural energy, replenish your body, enhance your mood, and supports the antioxidant activity with the ECGCs found in the green tea. As people are asking you what's the best thing about V3, those 4 things. Those are our unique selling points for this product. V-Slim. This is the one that I'm getting the most questions about. It's the one that people seem to be most excited about. Although I saved my favorite product for last. We're going to talk about the Core Complete in a little bit. But V-Slim, again, we went all out with this product. In fact, for quite some time now, I've been studying our key ingredient in this product, which I'll talk about for a while. We were actually able to speak with the company that produces this and get a worldwide exclusive rights to the use of this product in the network marketing industry. We wanted to call this product a weight management product because that's exactly what it is, you guys. Again, when I was asked to put together a weight management product, actually I think they use the word weight loss, it's like, come on, there's so many reasons why people gain weight. There's so many reasons why people have trouble losing weight. How do you create a product that really will help the masses? it really caused me a lot of concern. I'm not a fan of formulating weight loss products because I don't believe in a magic pill that you pop and then you're just going to magically lose weight. That doesn't happen. There are people with thyroid issues. There are people who overeat. There are couch potatoes who just won't get up and exercise or do the things that it's necessary to lose weight. And so you have to take all of that into consideration. So when we formulated V3, or V-Slim, the biggest concern I had is how can we make an effective product? How can we do that? Well, let's look at the ingredients we've got here. The first major issue, and I believe this is the biggest issue, especially in the United States, why people can't lose weight, is we overeat. I've told people before, if you want to lose weight, just use duct tape. That's why I haven't done too many weight loss products in the past. But when I was in India many years ago, I came across an herb called Caralluma fimbriata that the people of India, in northern India, by the way, use in years of famine. If there was ever too many rains that destroyed all their crops, or if there was a drought that wouldn't allow the rice and stuff to grow, they would start eating this. It's from the cacti family, because it would curb their appetite, and it would actually make them feel like they had eaten something so that they wouldn't have the hunger pains. I know it's a sad story, but they would actually resort to this if there was no food. Well, when I thought about what could I use to curb an appetite, my mind immediately went to that cacti. I did some research, and I found that a company called Gencor, again, a very large, well-respected company, had created a patented extract of this cacti and trademarked and patented it. It's called Slimuluma. So that's our first ingredient in this product. Daniel and I were able to negotiate the worldwide exclusivity for this ingredient in the direct sales industry. You guys, it's got 6 safety studies and 2 efficacy studies behind it. It's clinically proven to curb your appetite, to reduce waist circumference. It's an amazing ingredient, you guys. Super excited. Easy to remember, Slimuluma. How can you not remember that name? You don't have to remember Caralluma fimbriata. All right? Second problem with weight loss, metabolic syndrome. Doctors are talking about metabolic syndrome all the time. People just aren't getting up, they're not exercising, they're couch potatoes, or for whatever reason, their metabolism just doesn't activate. It actually happens to most of us as we age. When we hit about age 40, our metabolic enzyme supply starts to drop, and we just don't have the energy that we used to have, which is why it's super hard to get motivated to get out and work out. It's super hard to do anything if you've got metabolic syndrome, or if you're in your 40 years old or older, which a good portion of you in the room are. So we wanted to put some metabolic boosters in this product. Again, not stimulants, but things that have been known to help your body metabolize fats better. And that's where Garcinia comes into play. It's common, you guys can Google it, it's out there, Dr. Oz has talked about it. But it works. There's lots of safety studies as well as clinical studies on this ingredient. After that, we look at insulin regulation. One of the hardest things that type 2 diabetics have is trouble losing weight. In fact, obesity is one of the causes of type 2 diabetes. It goes right back to that metabolic syndrome. If your metabolism isn't high enough to process sugars, those sugars immediately turn into fats in your body. And those stored fats just sit there. They're stored so that your body can use them if you're working out and using your body, but most of us don't do that. We have jobs where we sit behind desks and that fat just continues to accumulate. So making sure that those sugars enter the bloodstream and then are metabolized as energy and not stored as fat is super important, and that's where Gymnema sylvestri comes into play. It helps your body in its insulin regulation or insulin production to where you can metabolize those sugars and convert them into energy instead of being stored in fat. And chromium and vanadium are minerals that are companions to Gymnema as well. So these 3 products combined help regulate our insulin production levels. They have been known and clinically proven to prevent those insulin spikes and drops that happen in diabetics. So again, when you're looking at weight loss, you can't just look at one particular item. It's not just about overeating. It's not about metabolic syndrome. Everybody has their reasons for why they gain weight, and we put all three of those major components in the V-Slim product. We also added, again, the coconut water for hydration, as well as, and I forgot to mention this on the V-Slim, but these are both enzyme delivery systems. So there are actually enzymes in here that help you break down, absorb, and assimilate the nutrients in these products, the ingredients in these products. So again, when we look at the core reasons or benefits of this product, we look at metabolic boosting, curbing the appetite, supporting healthy blood sugar levels, and then hormone stabilization, which is that insulin. Finally, let's talk about my favorite product. I can't have favorites, I guess. I'm supposed to be like non-biased, right? I do love all of our products, but this is the one that I'm super excited. I mentioned earlier how like all of the knowledge that I've gained over the last 23 years can come to a culmination to be put into a product. This is it, you guys, the Core Complete. I don't even know where to begin with this product. It really is amazing. And then the price that Vasayo is offering it at, it's incredible. You know, I've taken $80 multivitamins before. I've taken $120 multivitamins before. None of them have done what Core Complete can do. But I want to start off by introducing to you exactly what is a vitamin. You know, everybody says, well, you need vitamins every day. Well, why? You guys, vitamins are nothing more than the phytochemicals that are found in your food every day. So why do we need to take a vitamin supplement? You've all heard this story before. It's because, number one, none of us eat the way we should eat, right? Who here has had their 5 servings of fruits just for breakfast? Any vegetables? Who had at least 2 servings of vegetables for breakfast? There's like 0 hands up. This is why you need to take a multivitamin, okay? Because the phytochemicals in the dark green leafies and the colors and everything that you're supposed to be eating every day, we don't eat every day. And even if you did eat them, you guys, they might have been shipped here from Panama, Costa Rica, Philippines. They might have been grown in soil that's depleted from minerals. If you don't have the minerals in the soil, the plants aren't healthy enough to produce the phytochemicals that feed your body. I've tried it, trust me. I was a whole foodist. I believed that if I just ate right, I'd have all the nutrients I needed. Well, that worked in my 20s. Once I hit my late 20s, I felt low energy. I started getting this thinning problem up here that you're seeing, okay? That's lack of nutrition. We need these vitamins in our food, and they're just not there anymore. Phytochemicals is a word I want you guys to Google. It's super important. When a phytochemical has been proven to be essential for life, it gets vitamin status. Like just recently, I shouldn't say recently, it was like 5 years ago, who here has heard of vitamin P? Citrus bioflavonoids. Have you heard of that one? Bioflavonoids? Bioflavonoids have recently been proven to be essential for life, and so they're called vitamin P now. Someday I think coenzyme Q10 might be considered a vitamin because it's essential for life. We just haven't figured out why. Science doesn't know why yet, and so it hasn't been given vitamin status. But all vitamins are phytochemicals that have been proven to be essential for life, meaning you can't live without them. But science over the last 70 years has distorted a lot of the vitamins that we get from food. They believe that, hey, if I can synthetically extract something, then if somebody's deficient in one particular vitamin, I can just give them that vitamin. It doesn't work that way, you guys. And they're not the same. Look at some of the chemical distortions, and many of you guys will recognize these words. Folate, that's found in your dark green leafy vegetables, people call folic acid nowadays. Folic acid, you guys, is the synthetic extract. It's one thing, it's acidic, that's why it's called an acid. It's not natural, and yet it's in every multivitamin out there. Folate is what your body needs. Thiamine is that vitamin B1 that comes from the wheat germ in your grains, not thiamine monohydrate. Riboflavin, again, a very important phytochemical found in our foods. It's vitamin B2, and yet the chemical distortion, riboflavin-5 phosphate. Does that sound like a lab project or what? Everybody knows ascorbic acid, right? That's vitamin C. No, it's not. Calcium ascorbate is a derivative of vitamin C. They take sulfuric acid, burn off all the calcium, and you're left with the ascorbate salt, which we call ascorbic acid. It's a completely man-made process. Bioflavonoids are where the ascorbates come from. That's true vitamin C, not ascorbic acid. In fact, there's studies that show if you just take ascorbic acid, remember those like 1,000 milligram wafers? My grandma used to give me those when I was a kid. 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C that was ascorbic acid. They've proven that taking that much vitamin C a day can actually cause osteoporosis over a long period of time because it wants to bond with calcium again, so it steals it from your bones. You need the natural forms of these vitamins. There is a difference. Here's thiamine versus thiamine HCl. I don't expect you guys to read these, but if you look closely at them, they are different. Your body recognizes one as a food and doesn't recognize the other. Core Complete, you guys, whole food multi. Okay, there's no such thing as the thiamine HCl tree. The ingredients in Core Complete, you can actually say, they're not chem lab projects, they're foods. The superfoods, we have alfalfa, kale, go-to cola, astragalus. I'm not going to list all these. You can read them. They're up here. They're on your package. You're actually going to be able to read, by the way, your label. How many people have looked at a multivitamin label before and thought, what? I don't know what it is. I guess I'll take it because my doctor told me to. This stuff you'll know and you'll recognize. Plant trace minerals. You know, your body needs over 72 trace minerals every day just to function. And I'll tell you, most of you guys are thinking, well, I'm here, I'm sitting here, I'm functioning, and I didn't get my trace minerals. No, you're not functioning, okay? It is a huge difference when your body is functioning optimally. You are alert. You're alive. Your body is creating all the hormones it needs. All the necessary metabolic enzymes to perform all the functions of your body are when they're active because of these trace minerals, you feel a difference. A lot of people tell me, hey, look, I take a multivitamin, I don't feel a difference. You know, it's one of those products that traditionally you take thinking that, hey, if I die at 60, I guess it didn't work. If I die at 90, I guess they worked, right? That's the only way you know if your multivitamin's working or not. Core Complete is not that product. When you're hungry and you haven't eaten a meal, you don't feel very good, do you? And then as soon as you eat a meal, you feel better. Core Complete is like that. When your body's not functioning properly, you may not really know it because there might just be something missing. When you take Core Complete, you feel the difference with this product, and it's mostly because of the plant-based trace minerals we have in there. We've got over 56 different trace minerals in this product. Omega fatty acids. This is the #2 best-selling category in the dietary supplement industry, you guys, your omegas. A lot of people are on them. You can get great big bottles of them at your, Costco and Sam's Club and things like that. And what they look like is just like the picture that we see right up here on the screen. They're gold and pretty and like shiny and things like that. That's a CO2 extraction process of omega-3. It is not whole food. It is not natural. Nowhere in the world can you find omega-3 all by itself. Again, is there such thing as omega-3 tree and omega-3 fish? Have anybody seen an omega-3 fish swimming around? It looks like one of these capsules. No. It's because omega fatty acids are just that. They're omega fatty acids. There are a lot of them. There's omega-3, there's omega-5, omega-6, omega-7, omega-9. They even go all the way up to 13. And just like an orange, when you eat an orange, you're not just eating vitamin C, okay? There's a lot of other things in that orange. Well, in fish oil, it's the same way. Now, in a salmon, when salmon spawn, they turn this beautiful bright red color. That red color is found naturally in only a couple other places on Earth. You find it in red algae, and you can find it in krill as well. That red is called astaxanthin, and it's a very powerful antioxidant that keeps the oil from going rancid, but it also works as an antioxidant in your body too. Our omega fatty acid comes direct from Norway, from a company that actually harvests the salmon wild in their own fjord. They own this 5,000-acre fjord next to a river, and the salmon come spawning up this river every year. Right after they've spawned, this company harvests the salmon, and it goes from swimming salmon to a capsulized version of the oil in 24 hours. It is 100% cold pressed, 100% natural fish oil containing omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and astaxanthin. Nowhere else can you find this, guys. It's an amazing product, and it's in our ingredients. Probiotics. We've got 3 strains of probiotics. There are literally dozens and dozens of strains in your intestinal tract, but there are 3 strains in general that are affected by the myriad of antibiotics that we put in our foods and that we take in our prescription drugs. These are the 3 that you need to supplement with on a fairly regular basis. I understand that there are many people who maybe have never taken a probiotic before. You're missing out. With Core Complete, you won't be missing out anymore. This is something that there's clinical studies, by the way, on boosting immune system, on allergy prevention, ADHD and ADD in children. There's studies linking a lack of probiotics to those symptoms. It's in the Core Complete. Enzymes. Enzymes are a rapidly growing category in the dietary supplement industry, and it's simply because we need them. After about age 28, your body's metabolic enzyme and digestive enzyme supply starts to deplete, and it depletes rapidly. In fact, many of you maybe experienced this before. Who here in their 20s could eat anything they want, as much as they wanted, and they never gained weight? It's because you had tons of digestive enzymes. Your body could process anything and everything you ate. But as that enzyme supply starts to decrease, now you're at 40, 45, and man, you really have to watch what you eat, because if you have that second serving of the cheesecake, you feel it the next day. Or you start getting heartburn, or you get bloated, gas. These are all symptoms of low enzyme supply. And people are feeling that nowadays, and the enzyme market's booming. Just by telling people that Core Complete has a complete spread of the digestive enzymes in it, you guys are going to sell a lot of this product. I mean, think about it. A good enzyme all by itself, you guys, is a $40 product. And we've got a good supply, and I know enzymes. I've been manufacturing them for 23 years. There's a good supply of enzymes in this product. Protease for digesting proteins, lipase for digesting fats. We have lactase in here, guys, for those who are lactose intolerant. Lactase enzyme is in here to help you process those dairy foods, dairy sugars. All right? Sucrase. You want to sneak in a candy bar every once in a while that's full of sucrose? There's sucrase in here to help you process that, okay? Enzymes are amazing. I could talk for an hour on enzymes, and I'm running out of time. Core Complete, vitamins, minerals, superfoods, phytonutrients, probiotics, omega fatty acids, enzymes, it's in there. If you guys went out and bought a multivitamin all by itself, you could get a cheap multi that's synthetic, not whole food, for 20 bucks. You go get a whole food multivitamin. They're out there. There's a couple of good quality companies have whole food multis. Guys, they're 80 bucks. A good one between $60 and $80 for a whole food multi. Combine that with superfoods. If you went out and bought those super berry blends and things, they're $20 products. Phytonutrients, depending on the phytonutrient, like coenzyme Q10, that's usually a $20 to $30 product all by itself. Trace mineral drinks, they're out there. They're $15, $20. Probiotics, $25. Essential fatty acids, you can get cheap ones, omega-3 only, for what? $15 at Costco or something, but when you add all of those other omegas with astaxanthin, you're at a $40 or $50 product. Enzymes all by itself, 40 bucks. Add all that up, guys, that's close to $300. Okay? You've got an amazing product in here at a price that nobody can beat. Let's get back to this chart. You can't beat it. We've taken some of the biggest brands and put them on this chart. And I could have gone on and on and on and on. We had to limit, because you're not going to be able to read anything smaller than this, but we had to limit the amount of companies we had to put on this chart. But they all would have been no, 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 no. Because they're really a good multivitamin, is super rare to find out there. And again, we held nothing back with this ingredient. In fact, the omega fatty acids got slipped in there just at the last minute. Dallin was like, where's our omegas? I don't want people to have to go buy a good multivitamin and then have to go search for their omega. It's got to be in there. Well, we put it in there, and we're able to tack on one more category here. Can't say enough about this product. Literally, the trainings I could do on this product could last for hours and hours. Just talking about trace minerals will be an hour. Omega fatty acids, another hour, all right? We've run out of time, but again, love these products. Share them. They will change your life. Thank you very much. Thank you. One of the things that Dallin put me in charge of when he brought me on, he told me, he said, look, I want you to not hold anything back when you formulate the products, but we're also going to need some scientific validation behind the products. You know, we are still, in all essence of the word, a startup company, just into our first year. As a scientist, it's very hard for me to recommend a product that doesn't have clinical studies. As a doctor, it's almost impossible to recommend a product that doesn't have clinical studies. You can't do a clinical study in 3 months, 5 months, 6 months' time. It's really hard, especially human-based clinical studies. There's IRBs that you have to register with. You've got to get FDA approval on some things. There's lots of hurdles and costs that go into a clinical study. But despite all of that, it's one of our goals, one of the needs that we have at Vasayo. We have to be able to scientifically validate our products for you. I can use ingredients that have scientific validation, like Slim Illuma, like the omega fatty acids. There are literally dozens of clinical studies on these ingredients out there. But when you compound them and combine them together into one formula, you've created something entirely new, and you've got to prove the efficacy. As a scientist, I can hear testimonials all day long. I think you guys' testimonials are great. I think it's great that people have lost weight. But if I was strictly going by the science, we don't care about testimonials. That's called anecdotal evidence. I shouldn't say we don't care about it. We take it into consideration. Well, if everybody's having weight loss, well, then there might be something there, but I still am not going to believe it unless I have a clinical study. So, part of my purpose for being here with this company is not only to scientifically validate the products, but to bring in experts that will assist us in clinical studies as we move forward in the future. So, for the last few months, I've been assembling the Vasayo Scientific Advisory Board. I'm going to be introducing here shortly some amazing physicians, and then they're going to spend just a couple of minutes introducing themselves, but I'm super happy to announce our Scientific Advisory Board. The first gentleman who will not be coming up here today, he's had trouble with his flights. He is not able to make it this morning, Dr. Rolando Izquierdo. He's a give it up. He's a specialist in sports medicine. He personally does over 200 rotator cuff surgeries per year. Guy's amazing. And his partner does about an equal amount. I mean, combined, they do almost 500 rotator cuff surgeries each year. He's got a residency from the University of Cincinnati Hospitals. He served as a team physician for the Cincinnati Bengal NFL football team. Anybody a fan? No, they haven't done too great recently. And he's chairman of the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Again, he's an amazing physician. I look forward to introducing to you all later, but he will not be here with us today, unfortunately. Dr. Stephen Sabo. If he's here, if we can get him to come on up here. Where is he at? There we go. He's an attending physician at Good Samaritan Regional Medical Center. He's a doctor of medicine from Chicago Medical School. I might just have him go ahead and introduce himself since he's standing up here right now. Why don't you take just a minute? Sure. No? Go ahead.
Is this mic on?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Gotten to know him well. He's an amazing gentleman. I'm looking forward to working with him.
Thank you. Guys, I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo, and I'm an emergency doctor. I've been in practice for 23 years. I live in northern New Jersey, and I work at a suburban emergency department in New York State. So why am I here today? Why did Tracy choose me? That's because back in 2016 in October, my mentor asked me to watch a video. That was the video that many of you saw of Dallin and Carrie coming back into the business here. I watched that video. I heard about what Dallin had done, forming $2 billion companies, and then I heard about this fantastic liposome technology and delivery system that I'm familiar with as a medical doctor. How could I say no? I've tried the products since then. I personally take 4 of the 5 products today, and those products over there, those are going to be next on my list. I'll be in line with many of you to purchase them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I just say one other thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. So I was excited when I came with my team from the Northeast to Las Vegas at the grand opening back in May. I was excited when I came with my team from China and Thailand to the Asia launch in Macau, China back in November. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm an associate professor of emergency medicine. I love teaching the residents, and I look forward to teaching all of you as a member of the Scientific Advisory Board. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on to that mic. Dr. Stephen Sabo. Dr. James Baker. Come on out, James. You're going to love James. He's a real down-to-earth guy, super smart, though. Has been in a current president of the medical executive staff at Northwest Arkansas Rehabilitation Hospital, and he's a doctor of osteopathic medicine. James, come on up here. Go ahead and tell us why you're here.
Well, thank you very much, first of all, Tracy. Thank everyone for being here. This is wonderful. Just real quickly, I am an internist hospitalist. I've been practicing in Northwest Arkansas for about 27 years. Just about a year and a half ago, I changed my practice totally to a health and wellness type of practice. Through the years, thank you, I've been a speaker for almost a dozen different pharmaceutical companies, and over that time, anything that's a new science, a new technology, is always of great interest to me. Even though I've always loved telling my patients about their nutritional health and that kind of thing, I've never really promoted a brand or anything like that to people. But when dear friends of ours, as well as my sweet, wonderful wife, who I love dearly, introduced me to these products, these nutritional supplements, about a year ago, I began reading, researching, and I think I've told Tracy, I've looked up every ingredient in every one of these and read them in great detail. So they made a believer out of me, and then as the previous doctor mentioned, when you see something that's being delivered in a liposomal transport type of technology, which again we are familiar with, I work in a big oncology unit, so those have been used for chemotherapy drugs for many years. That also got my attention, so I knew I had to continue to read, research, and then share this with others, including my patients. I'm taking 4 of the 5 current products as well. I was a martial arts guy for a lot of years, tore up my hips and joints and stuff, and so the Renew I don't do without. I love it. And the others I do as well. So with my patients and other people that we're sharing this with, I've been so pleased to see the results that they're getting, and feedback to me has just been wonderful. I love hearing those stories. I love learning more of the science as we go. It is an honor for me to work with Tracy and these other doctors as you'll meet others that come out in the future as new things are developed, and being able to teach you guys as best we can what these are doing, how they're helping us. Let's not just continue to treat disease like I've done for 27 years. I want to keep people healthy. Let's don't let them get that disease. And I truly think these products are going to be able to help us do that. And so I'm very excited about being part of this. So thank you for the invitation to do so.
Thank you, James. Dr. James Baker. All right, Dr. Lana Galicia, will you please come out? This lady is just loaded with energy. She's the Chief Medical Officer at Aurora Vista Advanced Pharma Specialist. She's a pain specialist. One of the things that I like about her, because we're going to be doing a clinical study here on pain and how Renew can alleviate that. Go ahead, take the stage.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm just so excited about coming here today. I'm Lana Galicia. My full name, as you have seen, Lana Luiwania Galicia. I kept all my names because of I want to honor my parents. That's their names. And anyway, before I became a woman of medicine and science, I'm a daughter of God. And I want to give glory to Him first before anything else. So, and I thank Him for this opportunity to stand before you. Anyway, I've been in practice for about 26 years total. I came to this country about over 20 years ago, and I only have $100 in my pocket, so believe and have faith. I only had $100 in my pocket. But anyway, I will talk from a physician and also from a patient perspective. About 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And it's a tough time of our life. And a month after that, I almost lost my husband because of a severe infection, coccidioidomycosis. But anyway, because I trust in Him, everything, He took care of me, and He took care of my family. Unfortunately, with the treatment for the cancer, I also had, unfortunately, complications from those treatments. I started losing my hair. And even my photographic memory, I lost it. But again, with the grace of God, by the grace of God, it came back when someone cared and made that phone call, that cold call. Dr. Louis Garcia, I don't know if she's here, but Dr. Louis Garcia, thank you so much. She made that phone call. I sat on one of her rooms at home and introduced this product to me. And it's just unbelievable. I started using that product from day one, especially when I heard about advanced delivery system, the enzyme delivery system. And when I heard about that, I'm sold, because I use that same mechanism in the OR as an anesthesiologist. And lo and behold, I tell you, a month after using it, by the grace of God, I'm gaining my photographic memory back. Number 2, my Core Essentials is one of my favorite products. Core Essentials, I started gaining back my hair. And it's just amazing. If I can just let it loose, you will see it. My husband loved it. Unfortunately, he's here. He's not here. He's taking care of my sick kids right now. I've got 4 children, and I'm so blessed that the Lord gave me those little ones. And anyway, yesterday, when we came off the plane, 3 of my kids actually got sick. And I started using Renew. Unbelievable. This morning, they woke up with energy and said, "Mom, when are we going to Disney World?" But let me tell you, it's just an amazing. I've started sharing this with my patients, and it's just unbelievable. These patients are coming, and including their families. It's just amazing. Please share these products. Open your mouth, speak, because you will touch a lot of people's lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lana. Oh, hold on to your mic. Thank you very much. So again, the scientific advisory board right now consists of 5 people, myself included, with these amazing doctors we have up here. Our goal for 2018 is we will begin conducting research on the products that we've already put together that are available to you, starting with some smaller clinical studies, moving on to more. And then they'll also make themselves available for Facebook Live presentations. As we travel and do regional events, they'll be able to speak and train you guys on the use of the products, on the ingredients of the products. Again, I'm super happy to be working with these amazing physicians. We're going to take just the next few minutes, and I have been composing, I guess, some of the most frequently asked questions from you all regarding not just the new products, but some of the other products as well. And so I'm going to take the top 5 most frequently asked questions, because it takes quite a bit of time for me to email like 20 people a day the same answer to the same question. Actually, I do a lot of cut and pasting, by the way, just so you know, because I am getting the same questions. So we're going to cover those, and then we'll be wrapping up here for the scientific advisory board. So the #1 most frequently asked question that I get on the new products so far happens to be regarding the V-Slim. So kind of tells me what everybody's most interested in. But I am getting this question: why are there 5 grams of carbohydrates in a weight loss product? Right? Who's asked that question or thought about that? You see it, because we just have this interpretation that carbohydrates are bad, right? Carbohydrates, not bad. They're in all of our foods, okay? However, when you look at 5 grams of carbohydrates, I'm going to give you just a couple of comparisons. Do you guys know a Jolly Rancher has 11 grams of carbohydrates in it? Okay? An apple, on the low end, a small apple about 15 grams, a larger apple about 20 grams of carbohydrates in it. That's an apple. All right, we're not even going to talk about like oranges and mangoes and bananas and things like that that have even more. 5 grams is considered low on the glycemic index, right? Diabetics can take 5 grams of carbohydrates. And better yet, it's actually fructose, as well as some honey granules and things like that. Again, slow-acting carbohydrates. So this is the answer to the question. 5 grams is really low, plus it's a natural sugar. It's fructose. It's the same sugar that's found in bananas and apples. All right? Any other comments, you guys, on carbohydrates? No? Lana, go ahead.
Well, my family, we're not the healthiest, unfortunately. 2 of my parents, well, both my parents have diabetes. And I think we really need to push this and make it happen. Please share the products. It's just amazing.
Yep. 5 grams, you guys, is really quite low. Second most frequently asked question that I get on the products is, why is it an enzyme delivery system versus the liposomal delivery system that we've used on the past? I'm sure many of you have thought of this question already. So the brief answer, liposomes, you guys, are the best technology when it comes to phytochemical delivery. When I say phytochemical, let's think about what phytochemicals are. It was briefly in my presentation earlier. Phytochemicals are the chemicals that are found in our food ingredients. For example, curcumin comes from turmeric, right? Curcumin is a phytochemical. Resveratrol is a phytochemical, usually found in the grape seeds and skins. Japanese knotweed is another source of resveratrol. These ingredients are very hard to assimilate by the human body. We can go ahead and eat grape seeds and grape skin, and what we're going to be getting is the fructose sugars. We're going to be getting the anthocyanidins, you know, some antioxidant properties. But to really get that resveratrol, it's actually less than 1% bioavailable. And that's where the liposome technology is really cool, because we can take that large molecule, we can make it smaller and wrap it in a fat bubble, and then that absorbs well into the body. Your body recognizes that fat as a nutrient, and it takes it right to the cell because of the particle size is so small. But how do you take ginseng as a whole, or how do you take green tea leaf, that big leaf? You can't wrap that in a liposomal bubble. It's a whole food. It's not an extract. It's not a phytochemical. It's the food itself. How does our body assimilate the foods we eat? I mean, you're all living here today, right? You've all been eating food your entire life, and you're functioning, maybe not optimally because you're lacking some nutrients, but you're all alive and functioning. And it's because the body uses enzymes to deliver those nutrients to your cells. But as we age, our supply of enzymes decreases. And it decreases quite rapidly, by the way. Typically after about age 28, you start losing your antioxidant enzymes like glutathione and superoxide dismutase and things like that, which is why you start the aging process at about that age. But your digestive processes start to decline too as you age because your enzyme supply is depleted. So what an enzyme delivery system is basically just taking the enzymes that are supposed to be there in your raw, uncooked, unprocessed whole foods, and we put them back into the product so that when you eat a whole food product, those enzymes then break down those ingredients to their smallest, finest component to allow for maximum absorption and assimilation into the body. That's why with these new products, because they are whole food based, we used an enzyme delivery system instead of an extraction process of the liposome technology, which is great for phytochemicals. Our slogan, I guess you could say, at the scientific advisory department is delivering solutions. We want these nutrients to be delivered into your body in the best possible manner that they can be. And sometimes that's going to be with liposomes, and sometimes that's going to be with enzymes. And in the future, who knows what the maximum delivery systems are going to be, but you better believe it, Vasayo is going to be carrying it, okay? Science will be backing our products. That's what we created this advisory board for, not only to assist in helping us, introducing to us the latest and greatest in technologies, but then being able to train you guys on why we're using those technologies. So that's the second most frequently asked question I get. Why liposomes versus enzymes and what they do? That's the answer right there. Whole food products are going to be enzyme delivery systems. Extracts, such as phytochemicals, are going to be liposomal-based delivery systems, all right, for now. And again, in the future, who knows what. Only got time for a couple more frequently asked questions here. Another one that I'm getting is on the V3. Again, I think a lot of people are excited about this product, so they're asking a lot of questions about it. There's a lot of people saying, I'm on heart medications, or I know somebody who's on heart medications, or they're already taking some type of medication that may be a type of stimulant for them. Can they go ahead and take V3? The answer to that question, everybody is different, and we really can't recommend a product. If a physician has a doctor on a prescription drug, you really need to consult with the physician before you take a product that even has mild stimulating properties. However, the best answer I can give to this is, number one, consult with the physician, but number two, we don't have like pure raw stimulants in the product. Again, if they can drink a cup of green tea, or if they can have a cup of maca tea, then they can have this product too. We do have natural ingredients in here. We have green tea leaf, we have maca root extract. For the most part, it's going to be fairly safe, but you need to consult a physician because it all depends on the medication. I mean, there's hundreds of stimulating medications out there. We can't always answer those questions. In fact, it's actually against the law for us to recommend or prescribe anything for these people. So I am getting questions about what do I do with this and what do I do with that. The answer is always going to be you've got to consult with the physician. But you should feel confident in knowing that our products are natural. Natural doesn't always mean side effect free. I mean, if you feel energy from something, isn't that a side effect? Right? I remember when I was 5 years old, I climbed my aunt's cherry tree and I gorged myself all day long on cherries. Anybody know what was going on all night long after that? Okay. Natural foods can have side effects. You're probably not going to die. Nobody really dies from natural things unless they have anaphylactic allergy or shock or something. That leads us to the third most frequently asked question. You know, if I have an allergy towards this, can I take this product? The answer is always going to be no. If you are allergic to something, then don't take it. I mean, only you know best what you're allergic to and what not. Do we have the common known allergens in our ingredients? No, we do not. We do not have corn or soy or wheat in any of our products, okay? We're actually going to be in the process of testing our products for gluten contaminants, which again, we don't have any gluten-containing ingredients, but we still have to test them before we can legally say they're gluten-free. But if you've got an allergy towards that, again, in survival training, you guys, I was taught the proper way to test if something's poisonous for you or bad for you or not. And that's you grind it up, rub it on a thin-skinned area. For me, it's just the back of your wrist or under your arm. Wait about 5 to 10 minutes and see if there's a reaction. If there's no reaction, go ahead and put it around your lips. If there's no reaction, put some in your tongue for 5 minutes. If there's no reaction after that, you can probably eat it and not be allergic to it. That's what we learned in survival training. If any of you have like severe gluten intolerances or anything like that, do the same thing. Take some of the product, put it on you, put it on your tongue. Swallow a small portion of it. See how your body reacts to it. If no reaction, it's probably safe. That's the best I can teach you regarding that. And that leads into the final question we have. Are our products vegan? I think is the most question. I get some people say vegetarian. They'll ask me, are our products safe for vegan? Are they great for vegetarians and whatnot? It's an important question. Even my own wife asks that question because she's vegetarian, mostly vegan. All of our products, by the way, are plant-based. There's one exception, and that's the fish oil in the Core Complete. And yes, it is in one packet. So if you happen to be one of those vegans that won't even touch an animal product, well, you know, you're gonna have to take that packet, take the fish oil portion out, and just take the capsule portion if you want to. But everything else in our products are vegetarian-based. So if you're vegetarian, you can take those products with the exception of the fish oil, all right? Thank you very much for your time today. Please reach out to these scientific advisory board members we have. They are here for you to answer questions over the next couple of days. They will be available to do Facebook Lives. I've told them maybe once a month. Please don't flood us. They have practices that they've got to actively be working on. But they are going to be dedicating a portion of their time each week, each month, to be able to help train you guys on the use of these products. Again, the Scientific Advisory Board. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Please welcome back Vasayo founders Dallin and Carrie Larson.
Hello. Okay, hey, how many of you understand that we're on the right track? I mean, I'll tell you, whether we're talking about an ingredient in Peru, whether we're talking about the Pacific Islands, whether we're talking about India, I mean, I've yet to ask Tracy about an ingredient found anywhere in the world that he's not familiar with. So he understands ingredients. He's a phenomenal formulator, and we have formulated amazing new products. Here, I've got a couple quick questions for you, Tracy.
All right.
First of all, are the products safe for kids? How old should someone be before they try any of these three products? And are all three of them safe for kids, and at what age?
Yeah, what age do your kids start eating food?
Duh.
There you go.
Duh. Okay. We didn't talk about sucralose. I kind of did, but just give a quick
you're right.
reason why we don't want sucralose in these products and why they shouldn't be using sucralose.
So sucralose recently has been shown to actually boost your insulin levels. So when you eat it, your tongue believes that you're eating something really sweet. Well, in response to that, your body starts producing some enzymes and also insulin because they think it's about to be receiving a sugar flood, so it spikes those insulin levels. But when there are actually no carbohydrates that enter your system, your insulin levels drop again. So every time you take sucralose, you get a spike and a drop and a spike and a drop, and that leads to type 2 diabetes.
So that's why you don't want sucralose, and that's why we don't have sucralose in this product. Okay, hey, Also on Slimaluma, with the studies that were done, it was done based on 1,000 milligrams,
Yes.
correct? Mm-hmm. And with each V Slim, there's 500 milligrams. So my recommendation, well, why don't you just talk about that for a second and what you recommend?
So everybody has their different weight loss needs. You know, that's why we call it a weight management product. There are some people that just might want to lose 7 to 10 pounds and then they're good. There are other people that might need to lose 50 pounds. I designed these products to where they could cover everybody's needs. If you're just one of those 5 to 7 pound people, 1 packet a day for 2 or 3 months is probably going to be perfect for you. But if you want to experience the clinical efficacy of the product, you've got to get that 1,000 milligram dose. That's what the clinical study said. So probably 2 packets a day is what's going to do it for you.
Would you recommend to get 1,000 milligrams, they put 2 in the morning or spread them out?
Because it's an appetite suppressant, I'd probably spread it out. Take one 30 minutes or so before breakfast, another one 30 minutes or so before lunch. You can take them together. I mean, again, 6 different toxicity studies on this, showing even up to 10 grams was safe, which is 10,000 milligrams, by the way. So if you want to take 2 packets at once, be my guest. But if you're really looking at losing weight and curbing your appetite and feeling that efficaciousness of the product, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
That's what I'm doing, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. It's working well. I love the Core Complete because, again, like we said, you don't have to, so many products out there, you buy their vitamin, mineral, and then you have to go to the store to get this, this, this. Did you hear what Tracy said? Over $300 if you went out and bought those products individually. Get your probiotics, your digestive enzymes, your omegas. What's our price again? $67.95, something like that? So it's like what is that? 1/4 or 1/5 the price if you go out there and buy those individually. And the last question I guess I've got for Tracy, I'm surprised you didn't bring this up or even talk about it. Is this an aphrodisiac?
Yeah.
Give it up for Tracy Gibbs.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tracy.
You need that.